Okay, we are here live today with Kadin, and he is going to demonstrate another app for our segment, Apps for Autism. We thank you, Kadin, for doing this. It's very important that we demonstrate the app from not only the developers' point of view, but from the user's point of view. So I want to thank you for doing this and showing everyone what this really looks like in real use. And I'm going to let you take it away, Kadin.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Today I want to show you guys the inner voice social story feature. Hit on the application, and you can go into settings here. Then say you want to go to apps settings, edit and arrange buttons. Pull it up here, and then what you do is you hit that, hit button, and this is how you design a social story. Let's say I want it to say McDonald's. You have to put the words you want to say in two slots, the name on the button and what you want the button to say. And then you choose a category, say a noun, and done, and get out of settings.
McDonald's.
It instantly says the word. For my social story, I decided on something that's a common stressor for those on the spectrum when they're first starting school, the first day of school to be exact. When I was younger, I was stressful when transitioning into school age. So this social story helps relieve that stress.
I am getting ready for the first day of school. First, I brush my teeth. Then I put on my outfit. Looking sharp. Finally, I grab some food and hop on the bus. I'm a bit nervous, but I know my family is with me every step of the way.
And there's that. You can make a social story for any scenario. And no, Lois and her voice has a bunch for pretty much anything. Eloping was, I think, one you were talking about before we started this.
Yes, that one. I was telling you that I worked in the school districts. I'm a speech pathologist, and eloping was one of the things I think I was most concerned about because that posed a safety risk. There was, time we had our office right by the parking lot. So when that happened, that always just made my heart just kind of jump out of my chest. So I would always create a story of, this is how we walk to the therapy room. You stay with me, you hold my hand, and it works almost like magic. The problem at that point, Kadin, is when I was created the social story on paper and I was reading it to whatever student I was reading it to, I was reading it to them in the first person, like I will stay with Miss Lois, my speech teacher. I will walk into the room and sit down. Well, that didn't work because, the I pronoun always has that confusion. I'm reading it for the child with the pronoun I. So when you use the Inner Voice app, you had the robot on. What I would do is I would put the child's picture there so they would read it to themselves and the pronoun I would match the story. So the child we created this wonderful social story in video context. So we call them video stories. And the child would read it as I will go to the speech room and hold hands with my speech teacher, Miss Lois. And that works so beautifully. Not only that, but by the time they read it the second time, they started saying the words with the avatar. And that was unexpected for me. I didn't realize that it would be that powerful, but they love to watch it over and over again. And each student would watch every other student's video social story. And it just became a real positive thing for helping students know like the correct steps to take as they were going through a process. So the first day of school is always stressful for all of us. I can't even imagine, kids who are on the spectrum and, kind of in a new bus, in a new situation. It must be, very, very challenging. I know for me personally, I couldn't sleep the whole week before school started. So yeah, I want to thank you for creating that. If you could hold it up one more time so we can kind of see the buttons that you created and what's on them. Yes. The words are very powerful. Our kids are really hooked into words, and they have a lot of meaning. Kadin chose not to use any emojis or icons. And a lot of times I do that too, because sometimes the emoji or the symbol or the icon doesn't really represent, things like verbs or what I want to say, concepts very well. So the words are perfect. That's great. That's a perfect social story. I'm glad you shared it with us today, Kadin.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always. It's always a pleasure, and we will definitely have you again. And I'd like to say, hope you had a great Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas coming up soon. And we'll be seeing you a lot more of Kadin apps and other things, hopefully. So thank you, Kadin.
Of course. Thanks again.
Okay.